What? You have to talk. No, talk. You acting like it's not a production. It's a random video of just me answering questions. You could talk. What, you don't want your voice on camera? That's so stupid. Talk. You got 2 questions.
So you only want me to ask you 2 questions?
No. So do alright, so basically I have a list of questions about the brand GFO, and then I'm gonna have my sister ask me the questions. So you could do 20 or 10. Let's do 10, see how 10 feel, and then we can do more based on that.
Alright, let's get into the groove of things. Your name?
No, Michelle, read the questions off the thing. Alright.
Can you give me a little bit of intro about you? What you do?
So you going full interview? You want to do
Would delete and restart.
No. My name's Eliezer. I'm a musician, designer, coach, a bunch of other stuff.
Alright. So tell me more about GFO. What is it? What does it stand for? And what's your ultimate vision for GFO in the next 5 to 10 years? And you can break it down. It's okay.
So GFO is a clothing brand. I started basically, the name is my last name. The family part of it is more so the community I'm trying to create around this idea. And then Outfitters is clothing, so Gordon Family Outfitters, or GFO. Basically, it's a streetwear brand that's focused on mixing education and streetwear together. So with the main focus of bridging the gap between maybe an educator and a student. So making it easier for those to interact based off of streetwear.
Nice. So how does GFO define a vibrant individual? And what sets GFO apart from other streetwear brands? Why GFO?
Okay, so the idea of a vibrant individual came out of basically the end result of someone who is engaged with the different pillars of what GFO stands for. So GFO has 5 pillars: art, history, music, philosophy, and culture. Once you interact with those things, after a while you become a vibrant person, or you have access to things that make you more vibrant. So people who love music know how it makes them vibrant individual. People who love art, history, philosophy, music, they all have their way of making someone very show up in life with a different kind of perception. So out of that comes the 4 brands, and those 4 brands kind of again reflect those elements of those 5 core ideas. So that's what a vibrant individual would be. And then what was the next question?
Oh, I heard you mention 4 brands, so which can take us then into you mentioning the 4 brands, and also what sets GFO apart from other streetwear brands.
Okay, yeah.
So you could talk about both.
All right, cool. So the 4 brands is Underdog Season, Billboards, Maison de Mépris, or House of Misery, and Human. But I haven't really messed around with Human in a while. But each of those lines, so starting with Underdog Season, is about overcoming obstacles and facing adversity. That's something that, again, that core idea of a vibrant individual needs to have attached to them in order to face obstacles, or in order to overcome stuff. Being a vibrant individual can lead to, or just being a human in general, you have things that come up that you need to overcome. But I wanted the brand to be mainly dialed into workout, and you're trying to get through that workout, and maybe you got to get through 10 and you're at 9, and it's that one last push of overcoming that obstacle, really pushing yourself. Not saying that everybody is an underdog, because some people are purebred winners, some people don't really do anything that would make them have to overcome stuff like that. But for the identity of the brand, it's about that last push to overcome, or fighting to overcome something. Whether a perfect example would be an athlete like in the NBA who is championship level, but then they still have to go to the gym every day, and they still have to eat right, and they still have all those things. Is that encompasses the Underdog Season. Then Billboards is about self-expression. Maison de Mépris is about looking inward and having more of a conversation about a person and themselves. And all right, better way of explaining it is So the House of Misery or Miss Under Mepris is kind of this, if you could think of a house, and as the person is walking through it, each door that they open, maybe it's a fear behind it or struggle or these different parts of human life that happen. But then at the end of it, the house is that person themselves. So in order to deal with those things that are in those rooms, they have to deal with themselves. So that's what this brand is about, and it's more darkest area of GFO, but it's a very encouraging message, I think, where it's trying to help people along that journey of self-understanding and dealing with trauma and dealing with overcoming the parts of yourself that you probably don't deal with often. So, and then Human is another brand, but I haven't worked on it in a while, so I wouldn't talk on it.
So what would you say set your brand apart from other brands?
I think it's mainly its perspective. It's not really, I've never tried to paint it as being premier other than in the quality. I've always seen it has to be good quality items, as in well made, or if I'm partnering with someone, they should have certain standards up to par that make it consistent for someone to buy. They can expect certain consistency if it's a good shirt, but it's not nothing too crazy. Mainly the perspective of these 4 lines and the potential to story tell through each of these items. There's a lot to do. There's a lot you can say, and choosing and picking what to put out and how to connect it into itself, and that's probably the main thing that makes it stand out.
And that was going to be my next question, surprisingly enough. How important is storytelling to the GFO brand? So maybe you could just touch a little on that.
Storytelling is really important because that's where it pretty much starts from for each of the lines. Because it's people-based brand, the idea of the vibrant individual and all that stuff, people have stories. People live their life, and based on their story, every day something adds on to it. So I feel like the best way to respect a customer, especially when you're providing just clothing, it's just a t-shirt or just sweatpants, is to respect their journey as a person. Like, you are living a life, and these 4 brands recognize parts of your life that are important to you. So if you see it fit enough to buy from us, then that's a plus, because our brand already views you in a certain light. The vibrant individual, overcoming obstacles. It's this somewhat pushing, like, positive force that sets us apart. Being a net positive to people, not tearing people down, not making them think negative or not think at all. There's a lot of brands that do that where they have no idea. There's no thought about the customer's conscious. So I just wanted to have something that off rip, it's thinking about you. Underdog Season wants you to make it past certain things and overcome certain things. Billboards wants you to be self-expressive. So those are just core anchoring ideas that storytelling and that go hand in hand and makes a good item.
Nice. So if you can say anything to your customers and your prospective customers, those who are thinking about purchasing your merchandise, what would you say to them?
I'd say, well, like I said earlier, each of these items are built out for the person. So if it's not for you, I expect you to not interact with it. But if it is for you, or if it does add to your life in a certain way, where now you, instead of maybe, if it, for one person, if instead of having a negative outlook on a situation, you use that Underdog Season hoodie to, no, I'm gonna get out there, I'm gonna work out, and you actually, it shows up in your life like that, then that's a plus for me. So that's what I want.
Thank you.
That's what I'm aiming for, is that kind of community where it's people who go, I didn't have a great outlook on it, but and the odds were against me and was like something I had to fight for, but I believed in Underdog Season, and I believe that I can overcome obstacles and face adversity, and I did that, and I'm on the other side of it, and this is how I feel. That for me is the plus. So I think between the items we have, I think I work with really good suppliers to get as good quality as I can. If something's not good, then I try to remove it as quick as possible. But that's probably the main two reasons why someone should shop with me.
Interesting. I appreciate your responses thus far. Can you just talk a little more for those who probably don't have access to the internet and don't know offhand what kind of clothing items GFO offer? Can you tell me more?
So I have t-shirts, jackets, sweatpants, hoodies. Let me break it down like this. For menswear, I have a lot more options. So that's where you hit the sweatpants, the t-shirts, the hoodies. Some of them are just unisex, but it's been mostly menswear for a while. Now I'm leaning more into women's wear and I was going to wait till I had just like team or someone to work with to do women's, because I didn't want to overstep or not understand something and you're making stuff for a whole demographic that you don't really like. Yes, I can try, I can guess and be like, oh, maybe they'll like this, but I would much rather have someone who understands running it. But now I'm going into more women's wear, as in athletics, and it'll be things here and there. But I do like doing special stuff for women's stuff. So then Maison de Mépris is probably my most luxury brand or line. So with those items, you get more leather jacket or embroidered items and stuff like that. I work with suppliers who they help me get some of that stuff out. So sometimes it's based off of that. I have to get help, so now I have to factor that in. But then everything else is usually priced, I think, decently. Like I think for the streetwear market, for what the brand stands for, how it's supposed to play in your life, how long the item's supposed to live with you, what I price is right on the dollar.
And this is one of your...
This jacket, but I talked to the factory about getting them made, and it was a pretty penny plus time, and I didn't know if I have some people who want one. There's one person I know who stopped me and asked for it, but to say the amount they wanted me to order, I was like, I literally just checked my email and she was like, well, we have other options, other items, and I'm like, I'd probably hold off on the factory for now and just stick to what I'm doing now. But what?
This one is a two-part question. How can GFO personalize the shopping experience per customer, and what measures will GFO take to ensure customer satisfaction?
Personalizing the shopping experience. A lot of the items are made by me. The designs are made by me. Sometimes I do, I'll never lie and be like, oh, I don't outsource. I did build this in a specific way to run like any other store, that would have products and stuff like that. But as long as I have good suppliers, I feel like I could put out whatever I want. So the fact that the designs are pretty consistent, logo-wise and stuff like that. Then there's some cool graphic work that I've been getting more added in and stuff like that. That's the most personalization that'll probably happen. I'm making them, but I don't think. Oh, well, maybe whatever it means to them also. So if it means something to them, then I feel like that's the personalization that they get. It means something to you.
And you did touch on it earlier in the interview. So that moves us over to ensuring customer satisfaction.
So that goes to the partners that I have. So I don't make a lot of stuff by my hand. And some people say that's weakness, but I count that as a strength because the factories that I do work with, I trust them enough to, when it's time to send something to someone, it's as good as quality as I could possibly get it, even by myself. And if I was doing it by myself, just stitching and stuff like that, it wouldn't be the type of business that I wanted to run in the first place. So I am doing this because I like business. I am doing this because I like clothes, but I am doing this because I like business for real. So it had to be structured a certain way, and I'm more comfortable with my partners who get stuff shipped out. If something isn't good, I have return policy and stuff like that. Try to keep everything fair and try to play everything by case, but it'll get a little crazy maybe one day, but I'll try to still play it as fair as I can.
Wow, it's like you're running into my questions here.
I didn't read this list.
what is GFO's return and exchange policy? And also, will you sell exclusively online, or are you thinking about selling in physical stores?
Sorry, wait, which one?
It was a two-part: return and exchange policy, and selling exclusively online or physically in the store.
My return policy is right now 10 days. Like, you got 10 days to, because I'm smaller, so I feel like I could give you that 14, but I don't want anybody abusing the system, especially while I'm small. Let me figure some stuff out and then push it to 14 days. It's a little bit more fairer. But as I'm smaller, I feel like 10 days is good, like a good turnaround. If you don't like it in 10 days, you can bring it back in. Sure, I'll figure it out. And then it's mainly online right now. I try to push everything towards online because it's just way easier, and I do have shipping options. So the only thing is, maybe shipping probably scares people. I know most people are expecting free shipping or in 2-day shipping with Amazon and stuff like that. I can't do that, or at least I'm not trying to do that right now. That would be a pinch. So I try to get it in a fit. When I order stuff, I've ordered stuff just to make sure the system's running, and within a week I get stuff. Within 2 weeks max. So I feel like that's a good turnaround for e-commerce. You shouldn't be dying to get a t-shirt, bro. You should be comfortable with it coming in 7 to 14 days.
Do you handle and cover international shipping and customs?
I don't do international right now.
Okay.
I haven't even tried.
What
I'm
about
barely selling in the U.S. right now, so we just try and figure stuff out.
Well, your audience would like to know. So, do you offer pre-orders or made-to-order products?
Everything is made to order. It's also probably the most. I do like mixing in sustainability and stuff like that. So because it's made to order, I'm not holding a bunch of products that might not go out or I might have to throw away. You order something, it gets made for you, and then it gets shipped to you. But I think that's a fair deal, especially sustainability-wise. And then, what's the other part? Bruh, I forget. Hold on. Down here? What was the last part? Alright, whatever. Just move on. I don't know.
We could edit that out.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Oh gosh, you don't know how to use Mac. 2-finger scroll. These two. Bruh. Go. We're at 25 minutes already.
How long you want? What payment options and shipping methods will GFO offer?
I think I take all payment methods. It's online, so I don't do cash too much. I don't have really. The other part of the question was, will I have physical stores? So maybe I'll try to do a pop-up, but again, I want to put money towards content-based stuff before I go and open a pop-up. But I'd like to do one day, of course. That would be cool. But brick and mortar, I would like to do that one day. But that's like if you get the chance to.
Let's see here. How can GFO create impactful video content or mini documentaries? How many have you done thus far?
I haven't done any. I wouldn't say no documentaries. I've done a video vlog kind of thing, but that's probably it. Now I do for MDM, because it's with the storytelling thing, it's such a specific story, talking about someone dealing with themselves. But I do want to figure out a way to bring it more to life and then have the characters wearing the clothing and have that be the connection. But that's a whole nother thing.
I'm thinking
animated would be cool. I'm thinking theatrical, very dramatic, very serious storytelling, and see what that does.
If you can collab with any, we're gonna take 4 persons: a football player, a singer, a rapper, actor/actress. Can you name or say their team that you always wanted, or who you want to connect with?
Maybe I should just go with not corny, but the ones that I really do just personally.
It's 4 of them that you
before clothing. I'm just a fan. If you could just wear my stuff, that would be cool.
Yes.
I'd probably say Eli Manning for Giants.
Oh yes.
That's top tier.
Mm-hmm.
And then what was the other one? Singer, rapper. All right, I'm gonna try to go like a good
Female
lineup.
and male.
I'm gonna try to go a good lineup to where if these 4 people wore my stuff, everybody's like Well, one Eli Manning, that's cool. That's just a legendary grab. Dang, Eli.
And he shares
Two
your
Super
name.
Bowl ring, Eli. For an artist, I've said Gunna before, but now
You said who?
Gunna. But now I'd probably switch to who would be a good artist to work with.
Or just have them wear your clothing.
Probably like Yachty, Lil Yachty. He'd probably wear it and probably actually put it together very nicely. Probably better than most people would think that it could do. And then I don't gotta worry about bad. He wouldn't have a bad fit pick, so he'd probably put it together well. So Eli Manning, Lil Yachty, like
Can you say a female?
actor or in the same
female.
category. All right, so for WNBA, I'd go Skylar Diggins. I'd get her to, or maybe. Well, dang, you can answer. There's more. I'd go Skylar Diggins for WNBA. Then I'd go for artist. Champ. For artist, I'd go. I don't want to sound thirsty. Probably get Rihanna would be good. Caribbean, same background a little bit. Well, not really. Rihanna, she'd just be cool. Eli Manning, Rihanna, that's a cool lineup. Skylar Diggins, Lil Yachty, that's cool. Actor, for actor, female, I'd go probably, what's her name? Zoe Saldana, because I've always loved her. So that's just like another one of the, I'm being thirsty. Maybe I'm being a little thirsty. But then for guys, who's a legend? I'd probably get a legendary person to do that one. Kendrick had Samuel Jackson. I'd do Samuel Jackson. That's cool. Then what? Last two would be what? Actor, athlete, musician. There's one more. Musician, rappers. Who else? All right, that's probably it. Yeah, that's a good lineup. Maybe like a politician. If I could get a politician, Obama. You get Obama to rock some, I don't know, whatever. Or maybe his wife. Both. They'll be the politicians. So even though she's not a politician. What else? Question wise. Or we could stop 34. Alright, bye. That was good. Thank you.